Welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you're not. My name is Kenzie, this is my book channel, and today we are actually going to be choosing my January TBR. I did not have a set TBR for last year, or for, I guess, technically this year since we're still in 2025, for January, just because I kind of went to mood read, but I'm doing that now in November and December, so we're going to do an actual TBR for January. We're only going to choose, I'm thinking 6, and then if I end up reading more, I end up reading more. If I don't end up reading a whole lot, I don't end up reading a whole lot. So, but anyway, yeah, the video I originally had planned for this week, still need a little bit more filming time on that, so we're not doing it yet. So when in doubt, choose the next TBR. So yeah, anyway, so also really quick, this week, you know, obviously there's this video. Next week there should be a video. The week after that, though, since it's going to be Christmas Eve, there will not be a video. And then there should be one the week after that. If that makes sense. So, just wanted to make that little announcement or whatever. Also, yes, I'm aware that I'm missing a couple nails. Let's not worry about it too much. So, but anyway, first off, a couple books that were on a couple TBRs this month that are, or this year, that I am just not getting to, but before the end of the year is going to be Scarlet by AC. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. She was just not really gotten to this year. Like, I tried to read it, but I couldn't with the language, because this story in this series is about Scarlet, and she's like with Robin Hood's group, like his band of merry men. And so the author did a really good job of using that time's language for them. It was very difficult to read. So I'm not getting to that before the end of the year, unfortunately, because I do really want to read the series and, you know, see what I think about it, but it's just not happening before the end of the year. And then Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rash. This one, I actually made it pretty far in. I made it to chapter 8, but I genuinely am just not in the mood to read this, like, at all. And I don't think it's because I'm not in a fantasy mood. I think it's just because I'm genuinely just not in the mood for this. And I feel like it's very slow paced right now. I'm not going to get rid of it yet, though, because I do want to try it again. But for right now, both of these are just not getting done before the end of the year. They might end up on the January TBR. They might not. We shall see. I also have my other phone here to look at different ebook options I have, because if you know, I have a really bad habit of only focusing on my physical books, and then I'm like, oh, I don't have a book that fits this prompt, and then I'm like, wait, Kindle had one, or, you know, Google Play had one, and I'm like, good job. So, yes. Also, on a completely unrelated note, but I definitely want to show it off because I think it's so cute. So I got this candle from Walmart. It's white almond and nutmeg. It's white almond, nutmeg, and vanilla scented. It smells so good. But look, it like kind of matches my nails a little bit. I just thought it was cute and I wanted to show it off, so that's why I did that. And the final thing I'm going to say before I actually get to choosing my TBR prompt, or TBR in general, you know what I mean. Anyway, is that if you guys know, I did put a wild card in here where it's like, oh, have a random number generator choose how many books on your TBR. If I pull that prompt, we're not going to do that this time, because I genuinely don't see myself reading more than 6 books in January. So, but anyway, with that, let's get on to the TBR picking. I'm sorry, I have long nails. I have to tab. Like, it's just so nice. Anyway, okay, I'll stop. Oh wait, gotta shake her up. I don't remember most of the prompts that are in here. Like, I know I have some that are good for like very specific books, and then I have some that are just in general. So anyway, okay, prompt numero uno. Oh crap. Okay, so it's like 2:30 a.m. when I'm filming this, and my prompt is dad chooses. So we're not going to do that. I feel like I never do this prompt whenever I pull it. And I feel kind of bad about it, but it's like, okay, if I'm filming these when my dad's not available, I don't really want to bother him. Like, especially if he's asleep right now. Like, So we're gonna just not do that. Okay. Prompt number 1, take 2. Pick 3 options and then pick the one you're least excited to read. I forgot that's a thing. Okay. Go with this one. This one. And I don't know. I'm gonna honestly, because I'm excited to read most of the books on my TBR, I'm honestly gonna have to pick between one of these two. So we're gonna put Scarlet on this as the options. But like it's kind of obvious which one I'm least excited to read. So I feel like that's not fair. So I don't know. I could do like a book that I'm still excited to read, just not as excited as the rest of these. Okay, we're gonna do that just to make it a little bit more fair. So I think I'm gonna like blindly reach back on my romance shelf really quick and just sort of see like what one I pick. And if it's one I've already read, I'll just put it back. Okay, I'm not gonna choose whatever one I'm touching with this arm because I already know which one that is. We'll pick this one. Oh, the 7-Year Slip I actually posted. I actually did read up to like chapter 3 of this, I think, and then I DNF'd it because, and I know I'm probably gonna start sounding like a broken record between the last video, this video, and next video, but I genuinely think that I am romanced out right now, which is funny because at least 2 of these are romance books and one has a little bit of romance in it, but my options are King of Envy by Anna Huang, The Last Days of Holly Hayes by, who is this by? Sandra J. Paul, and then the 7-Year Slip I actually posted. Technically speaking, I'm excited to read all of them at some point, but I would say this one I'm like most excited to read just because the premise is really cool. I've read so many of Anna Huang's books this year, and honestly, I don't think this is one that I really want to read right now, or, you know, in January, because, like, I just finished The Striker, I read Twisted Games, and I read every other book in the series so far, so honestly, weirdly enough, I'm gonna have to say King of Envy is my least favorite, or the one I'm least excited for, and it's genuinely just because I am kind of romanced out, especially, like, the spicy contemporary romances, so, unfortunately, but at least it is on Kindle Unlimited, so I do have a way of not having to read this chonker of a book fully in my, like, in the physical copy. So, yeah. All right, now I get to put these back, which is so much fun. At least both of them were, like, on the ends of the book options, so it wasn't like a... Oh, I have to put them back when they're in the middle, so, oh my gosh, this feels so awkward. Okay, next prompt. I can hear my nails tapping against the glass. I'm not doing it on purpose, I promise. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, prompt number 2 says, a book with a beautiful cover. I was not trying to flip you guys off there, I'm sorry. A book with a beautiful cover. Okay, so I'm going to choose a few that have really pretty covers, my goodness. Like I said, it's like 2:30 a.m. when I'm filming this. Okay, I have chosen the book options, and 2 of them I'm a little scared to pick just because it would be starting series, but oh well, that is what it is. So the first option is Shadow and Bone by Leah Lee, I don't know, honestly, Bardugo. Correct me if I'm mispronouncing that. But this specific, like, set of these books are so pretty. Like, they're so pretty. Honestly, my favorite would probably be Ruin and Rising just because of the cover. Because, I mean, it's a phoenix. How can I not like this one? I literally have a phoenix tattoo. Like, and then this one is also really pretty, but this is the second and third book in the series. Oh, this one feels like a chonker. It is a chonker. So obviously, if I did pick a book from the series, I would have to start with this one. So, oh, I could have also looked at ebook options. No, we're gonna go based off of physical books right now. But anyway, so if I chose that book, I would be starting a series, which at least I have the entire series itself. The next book is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I think this is such a pretty, like, simple but elegant cover. So I'm also trying to think, like, video ideas that I have, because I definitely have this one for a video idea. These ones I have video idea for. These other two, not really, but like this one is so pretty, but it's also a chonker, and yeah, so I am a little scared to read this one because of how big it is, and I've heard a lot of people cry. But I've heard that about a lot of books, and I never end up crying to a lot of those books. At least, okay, I like tear up a little bit, but I don't like full blown sob like a lot of people do. So, next we're going to have it as an option again, The Last Days of Holly Hayes. I think this cover is really pretty, but now I'm looking at it, I don't think it's like it fit enough for this prompt. So I think I'm actually gonna put this one back. Look, again, it's so pretty, and I do want to read it because it's a cool premise. But anyway, this one, so it was pretty before I put gems all over it, and now it's pretty, like, even more pretty. Caraval by Stephanie Garber. This is another one that if I choose it, I'd be starting a series. This is also another one that has been on like 3 TBRs this year, and I just never got around to it, but I ended up having leftover diamond art gems, and I was like, oh my gosh, this would be perfect to decorate this book with. So I'm obsessed. But all right, looking at all 3 of these book options, okay, as pretty as this one is, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no and put it back. So it leaves us with these 2. And here's the thing. This one is giving winter vibes. This one is giving read it in the winter, not in like spring or summer, definitely winter, maybe fall. This one is giving year round. Especially because I think, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this one actually does take place in either spring or summer. So obviously that's an option. Oh, I apparently made it through chapter 1 of this. Which, I mean, because I'm seeing a bookmark here. Which, I mean, to be fair, most of chapter 1 is just very short and easy to read. But I did not realize that. So, anyway, this is giving can be read year round. I mean, obviously, you can read either one of them year round. But this one is giving can be read year round. But to me, this one is giving winter. So, I'm going to say this one for prompt number 2. The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. So, and I do have a really fun video idea for this one too. So, all right, and then we put this one back. Plus, this is a historical fiction book, and I want to see how I like historical fiction because I'm hoping that in like January or February I'll be able to break my book buying ban. And I've never read a Stephen King book before. Which is interesting because he's a very well-known, very well-loved author. But there is one book by him that I really want to read. It's 11/22/63, but that's a historical fiction sci-fi mix. So I want to read this one and see how I feel about historical fiction before I worry about buying that one, especially because that one is also a chonker. So yeah, that's my reasoning for, or one of my reasonings for picking that book. So, all right. Prompt number 3. This video is already almost 20 minutes long. I've only picked 2 books. So I'm glad I decided only 6 prompts, or 6 books this time. Okay. Oh, dual POV. You can't really see that. I'm sorry. But okay, dual POV. Okay. I mean, it literally is. Okay, I have two options I can think of for this. Which is... Hold on. Oh, that fell. Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter, because this is from the POV of not only Liz, but also Wes. So this is an option. Or, because it quite literally is the whole premise of this book, is dual POV, we have The Last Days of Holly Hayes. And this is the third time this has been an option. And this is the most perfect book for this prompt. So immediately we're going to choose this one. Immediately we're going to choose The Last Days of Holly Hayes. Like, I want to read this, but the whole premise of this book is you can read in pretty much any order of their different POVs and it'll still make sense. So okay, I want to say Betting on You is also a dual POV, but that wasn't an option this time because it just wasn't. Anyway, all right, fourth prompt. It's gonna be, if I can grab it. Oh, okay. This is the wild card prompt. We're gonna put it up there. We're not doing that. So, fourth prompt, take two. No, dang it. I had one and then he dropped it. Okay. Magical realism. A book with magical realism in it. Hold on, let me check my ebooks really quick just to see if I have any in here. Like, I have one physical book I know for a fact has magical realism in it, but I don't know. Possibly. Yeah, but. Okay, so right off the top of my head, I do not see one with magical realism in here. Well, I kind of do, but I don't like everybody like it. So you know what? We're gonna go with the one physical book that I know for a fact has magical realism in it. The 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston. Wow, I'm choosing a lot of romance right now. Okay, you know what? If the next two I pick, like, are not something other than... Well, actually, I guess I only have two that are actual romances. The other two, only one of them I know for a fact has some romance in it, but it's not actually a romance book. But you know what? We're gonna see what the next two bring. And if there's, like, too much romance going on here, we'll pick a seventh or maybe even an eighth book. So, but book number 4 is gonna be The 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston. So, all right, prompt number 5. Color in the name. Color in the name. Okay, well, I'm seeing one. Let me just, no. Technically not. No. Well, actually, yes. I apparently got stuck on nose. No. Okay. So we have two options. And both of them are the same color. We have Scarlet, because Scarlet Red is a color, and we have Red Queen. Again, want to read both of them? It just depends on if I'm in the mood to read them. I think what I'm going to do is go with Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, because I actually have a friend who has read at least this book, and I was like, don't tell me about it because I want to read it, and she was like, okay, I won't say anything about it, but I want to be able to read it so that way I can go to her and be like, hey, I read this book, like, let's talk about it, you know? So for that reason, we are choosing Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. But if it wasn't for that reason, then I don't know which one I would have chosen. Probably Scarlet, but probably still, I don't know. It would have been one of these two. Because literally these are the only two books I own that have a color in the name, and I already know, since I was just looking, I know from my ebooks There's only one I have that has a color in the name, and I've already read it and I didn't like it. It was literally called Ruby Red. So really all the books that I have that have a color in the name are all different reds. So that's fun. Okay. Alright. Time for our sixth and possibly final prompt. Under 300 pages. Okay. Immediately gonna check this one. Oh, it is. Okay, it's 287, so. Alright. What else do we have here? Possibly, but unlikely. That one I already know is a no. And possibly. I'm gonna guess all of these are no. Well, I don't know. We'll check this one really quick. Okay. So that's a contender. Oh, wait. No, that is not a contender. Nope. That one's over 300. Over 300. Oh, okay. Okay, so these are our contenders. This Delicious Death by Kayla Cunningham and Scarlet, again by AC. Cannot pronounce the last name, but which one has less? I literally just looked. Okay, so no, this one has 278, and then this one had 287. That's so funny that they swapped. Okay, so since this one has a less and is further away from 300, we're gonna go with this one, which, if I'm not mistaken, out of all the books I own, this is the one I've owned the longest. Okay, well, I can't say all the books I've owned, but like all of the like fiction, this has nothing to do with like bettering yourself or, you know, that type of stuff. So yeah, This Delicious Death by Kayla Cunningham. Shush! My goodness, what are you people doing? No, do not scooch back. I do need you all to scooch over, but... You're not gonna lie. Okay, okay, I said what? Okay, where's the lid? What do I do with the lid? I don't know. Oh well, that's fine. I'll find it in a minute. Okay, so my January TBR has been chosen. And honestly, I'm not mad about it. It's actually a pretty decent, like, a mixture of genres. So first we have This Delicious Death by Kayla Cunningham. This is a, if I'm not mistaken, this is a YA little, like, thriller. So, yes. Basically, these girls go to a concert, and then the equivalent of a zombie apocalypse happens, if I'm not wrong, like if I'm remembering correctly. Technically I could just read the back, but I'm tired if you can't tell by my low energy right now, but so that is book number 1. Gonna go right there. Next is The Last Days of Holly Hayes by Sandra J. Paul. This one I'm so excited for. I cannot wait to read it. Hopefully I'll be able to. Hopefully I'll be in the mood to. But yeah, that is the next one. I genuinely don't know. Like, would this just be like a general fiction, literary fiction? Like, please someone tell me what this would be. Or editing Kinsey, tell me. Next is King of Envy by Anna Huang. This is a contemporary romance. This is the 5th book. Yeah, 5th book in the Kings of Sin series. So, yeah. Next is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. This is a historical fiction. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, it takes place in World War II. So this will be my first time diving into historical fiction. So we shall see if I like it or not. Then we have Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This is a YA fantasy or dystopian series, I believe. I could totally be wrong. If I say anything wrong in these videos ever, please correct me. And then finally we have The 7 Years Left by Ashley Poston. This is a little rom-com magical realism. Like, there's some magical realism in here. It's like time travel-y stuff, so. But yeah, that's the final book choice. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for sticking around. I should hopefully see you next week. So yeah, but anyway, hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a good night, and yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.